Hey guys, it's Chaminda Tenekun here. So I'm in the park. I'm just watching a football match here, but it might be a little bit noisy. But I thought I'll just give you something while I'm here. I came for a walk. It's a nice park. So if anyone wants to build up a business or change their income, get to who has a goal to get to a different place, the first thing they need to do is identify, understand their goal. So this is very important. Before, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have, if you don't know where you're going, you can't go anywhere. There is no way that will take you there. So it's very important to have a goal and make sure you are very clear on your goal. Before, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a clear goal, you can't plan anything. Without planning, you can't get anywhere. So the most important thing here is to have a clear goal. Set up a clear goal. So let's go through that quickly. First, you need to understand, okay, in 5 years' time, where do you want to be? Where do I want to be? That's how you need to think. Okay, what's the ideal situation? What do you want to have in 5 years? What do you want to have in 10 years? So let's start with maybe 10 years. So this should be the perfect scenario for you, not where you would be anyway, because then it's not a goal, then there's no target, then there's no no desire, no, it doesn't give you any true desire to go for it. So what is your ideal scenario? Maybe start with a financial goal. It's not just one goal, just write down all your goals. It could be 10, 15, 20, even 50, it doesn't matter. Write down all the goals. What do you want to achieve in terms of health, in terms of finances, in terms of wealth, in terms of fitness, in terms of spiritual life, in terms of family life. So everything. You write down each and every goal you have, and then pick the most important goal. Normally it's a financial goal, because a good financial goal gives the background, gives you access to most of the other goals. So maybe if you want to buy a house, maybe you want to buy a nice car, maybe you want to live in a nice place, maybe you want to earn a certain amount of money. So if you have a very good financial goal, a very strong financial goal, that will give you access to most of the other goals. So this is your main goal. So focus on that goal and write that down separately, and break the goal down into 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, maybe 6 months, and maybe even 1 month. So you need to break it down so that you can plan to achieve this goal. So this is the most important thing. And the goals have to be with a timeline. You can't have a goal to get more money. It has to be a specific goal with a specific timeline, so that you can plan according to your goal, according to your timeline. So this is very important. So this is the first step of getting into a different life. So for things to change, you have to change. How do you change? By understanding what you want. Before you have a clear goal, you can't get to anywhere. So this is very important. So that's the first step. Have a clear goal, and then let's go from there. So once you set up a clear goal, the next step is to understand why this goal is important to you. When the why is strong, you tend to get there. You tend to find a way to get there. You tend to have more focus, and your mindset is stronger. And no matter what comes in your way, you will somehow get there. So that's why you need to understand the why. There is a strong why somewhere. So you need to dig deeper into your why. Think why. If, say, for example, you want to have $1 million in your bank, why do you want to have $1 million? Maybe it's for security. Maybe it's to have some financial freedom. So if that's the case, why do you want to have security? Why do you want to have financial freedom? Dig deeper into that. Then you will think more into it. But the most important thing is keep digging, keep going in more and more into it, so that you will stop somewhere which will feel you, which will give you a big boost. And that's the real why. Some people tend to get emotional. The more emotional you are, the better, because then it means a lot to you to achieve your goal. Then you will have a clear goal, and you will have a clear target, and then you will have a clear plan to achieve the goal. So this understanding the why is the next step, and go dig deeper into your why, and this will give you clarity as to why you want to achieve the goal, and this will help you in achieving your goal sooner than you think. The next step is to change what you are doing. Before changing what you're doing, you need to understand what you are doing currently. So when you know what you're currently doing, that's when you can start changing. So the next step is to evaluate yourself, or you need to see what you spend time on in order for you to save time, in order for you to invest in yourself. So you've got to change. So for things to change, you have to change. Like Jim Rohn used to say, for things to change, you have to change. So how do you change yourself? So what you change is what you do, how you think, how you talk, and how you do things. So you need to change the things you're doing at the moment. So for you to understand what you're doing and change things you're doing, you need to start writing down. You need to spend at least 1 week on this, trying to see what you spend time on. Are you spending major time on minor things? So for you to understand that, you need to monitor yourself. How do you do that? You just take a piece of paper, take a journal, write down 7 days, at least 7 days. 14 days is much better. Then you get a very good idea about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you write down, okay, this is the time I wake up, then I spend this much of time watching TV, maybe on Netflix, or surfing on the internet, maybe on social media. So all these things write down to understand what you're spending time on. Then once you understand, then you can find slots for yourself to change things. Then we talk about habits, how to change habits, and habit stacking, and creating good habits and changing the old habits. So for us to get there, you need to understand what you're doing. So that's the second thing. So we'll get to the habits and how to change habits and how to cultivate good habits in the next video. So until then, I suggest you write down everything you do in very detail in everything you do, so that you can understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you're spending more time on, what you're spending less time on. So this is very important. So once you understand what you're doing, what you're spending time on, so are you spending major time on minor things, minor time on major things? So you need to understand, so you need to spend major time on major things and minor time on minor things. This is very important. So you need to write down what you need to achieve, what you're looking for, what you're trying to achieve, and then you need to plan your day. There is this habit stacking, where you can create habit and then you can stack habits one after another, so you will get used to the habits, so that you won't miss the good habits. So say for example, you can reorganize the way of your setup. Maybe if you want to eat fruits, for example, you have to keep the fruits in a place that you can see, so that you will get to see them more often, and then you will eat them, not under somewhere that you can't see. If you want to play the guitar more, what you need to do is you need to leave the guitar in a place that you can see more often. So you will tend to pick the guitar up and play the guitar more than you want to. So those are important things. And similarly, Another thing that you can do is if you want to create one habit after another, and if you think, okay, I'm going to cultivate this habit, but you tend to forget or you tend to miss the habit. For example, you want to exercise, but every time you think about exercising, you're like, no, this I want to. No, you have these thoughts coming up saying no. You're finding excuses. So you need to find the 2-minute rule, which says, okay, you start. You put on your shoes. You put on your, exercise kit. So that's the first step, and then you think, okay, I'm gonna do maybe 10 push-ups. That's it. No more. Or spend 5 minutes or 2 minutes. First 2 minutes. And then once you start, once you keep going, that will take you might as well just spend another 5 minutes. So that is a good start. And the most important thing is to be consistent and do it, whether you like it or not. And this will make you, give you a lot of boost, and this will make you think, I am good at this, and I am a person who exercises, not like, I'm a person who doesn't exercise. Or if you got to focus on only one day, but on that day you need to make sure you do it. No matter how you feel, you got to do it. It doesn't matter how much time you spend on this. It doesn't matter how much effort you put on it, but the most important thing is you got to do it. This will make you going, and this will help you achieve your goals. So that's about the habits. So this is how you cultivate habits,